What's up, guys? This is Corey with the Dirt City Gym, and today we're back to do another review. Today we're going to be looking at Castlevania Season 1 over on Netflix. So, for those of you that are unfamiliar, Castlevania, obviously based off of the video games, wide-ranging video games going back all the way to the Nintendo. Basically, it's an anime adaptation. I believe the closest one that it is Castlevania 3. I think that's like the closest one you could say it's like an adaptation of, but it takes a lot of liberties and things like that, which is generally preferred, and as opposed to just a straight adaptation. But this is a Netflix exclusive. And it's only 4 episodes. Each episode is about 23 minutes long. So it's not a major time investment. I think you could blow through the whole series in an hour, which is really cool. But also probably my one negative going towards it, as we'll get into that here in a minute. But I'm not really an anime guy per se. There's very few that kind of catch my interest. Things like Dragon Ball, Cowboy Bebop, things like that are really the ones I'm more drawn to. Generally, I'm just not interested in majority of the anime that are out there, but I really found myself really enjoying this one. I thought it was really fun. And like I said, like the biggest negative I have for this is that I wanted more. It didn't really get a whole lot of in-depth and things like that. You'd really want to see more of that going forward. Kind of get into the summary of it. It gives us a little bit of a background on Dracula. Basically, you know, he finds this woman. He finds this woman. This woman finds him. And it kind of zips through it, but they end up falling in love, getting married, yada, yada, yada. Dracula kind of comes back to humanity and things like that. And then eventually the church comes out while Dracula's out on doing Dracula things and burns his wife to the stake as a witch. Dracula comes back, he's pissed, and then we kind of get in the whole rigmarole of evil Dracula as we know it. He's rampaging and everything like this. The hero or the main protagonist of our story is Trevor Belmont. So episode 1 is really Dracula's. It is Dracula-centric. It is his background and everything like that kind of leading into it. Episode 2 is where we meet Trevor. We kind of go into that. We don't ever really see Dracula, I don't think, again, except I think there might be some little flashbacky type things, but really that's it. So episode 2 is where we meet Trevor. Trevor, he's a Belmont, obviously, so people are familiar with the games, know kind of how the Belmonts go. They're the vampire hunters, the supernatural hunters, and things like that. They're the guys that carry the whips. Trevor, as we find Trevor, he's kind of washed up, beat up. The Belmonts aren't really a thing anymore. He's kind of just a drunken guy that just goes from town to town, drinking what he can and getting the food that he can and all that kind of stuff. But as he comes into these other towns and things like that, he kind of gets attached, and he sees all this shit going on, and kind of gets into wanting to relive his Belmontness and fight all the bad guys and that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much where the story goes. Like I said, it's only the 4 episodes. Episode 1 is just the Dracula backstory. Episode 2 is our introduction to Trevor. Episode 3 is a little bit more going on with the Trevor stuff. And then episode 4, Trevor and he meets some other people and things like that as we kind of go along with that. You know, as it was advertised, it was supposed to be hard R. It's definitely hard R. This is not a cartoon for children whatsoever. There's several swear words, F-bombs, things like that. I think the first like 10 or 15 minutes, I say maybe the first 5 minutes of episode 2, there's guys in a bar talking about fucking a goat. So there's that. There's disembowelments. There's demons eating people. There's a scene where a demon or a goblin, whatever you want to call it, is just walking down the way. Trevor sees it, and he's just got a baby in its mouth, just bombing off with a baby in its mouth. So that's that. So yeah, definitely hard R, which is great. I actually enjoy that. I feel like Castlevania is the type of series that you really have to go that route to really kind of get that feel of what's going on. It's surprisingly very funny, like way funnier than I would have anticipated something like this, but it was really funny. Like Trevor especially is very funny. He's kind of that Han Solo type of, I don't really give a shit, I'm just here, do my thing, and he's sarcastic and dry sense of humor, and it's great. It just works out really well. The church is kind of that, the church is really, I mean, obviously Dracula is the main antagonist, but we don't really deal a lot with Dracula specifically. More in this, it's setting up the church to be the main antagonist, and it's kind of that whole kind of stereotypical, really evil, like, bishop guy who thinks he's doing the right thing, or I guess to him he's doing the right thing, but he's really a stuck-up prick, and he's not doing the right thing, and he's obviously like that. So it's kind of stereotypical in that sense, but it's fine. The animation is great. I know it's handwritten or hand drawn, excuse me. So it's it's great artwork. It's really good. The fight scenes are really fun, really colorful, which is kind of surprising. The kind of tone it is that it's colorful. But there's a lot of color and things like that. The voice acting I really liked. I'm not super familiar just off the top of my head with any of the voice actors, but I'm happy with the ones that they got. I thought they did really well. Even especially like I thought the priests and stuff like that. They're really the voices that they had for those was really appropriate. But anyway, all in all, I would definitely recommend this. Like I said, if the worst thing I can say about a show is that it left me wanting more, that's probably really a good thing. So hopefully, I know it's already been greenlit for a season 2. I believe season 2 is going to be 8 or 9 episodes, probably in the same time frame or length and everything like that. So it's really good looking forward. But it really laid the groundwork. And if nothing else, this is laying the groundwork of what these next episodes, season 2 is really going to be, which is great stuff because it does a lot of setting up. But all in all, I would definitely recommend this. Like I said, it's maybe an hour for all 4 episodes. It's not really a big time sink. So it's definitely something I would recommend you getting into. But anyway, guys, that is it. Let me know what y'all think about Castlevania down below in the comments. Speaking of which, if there's any other animes that y'all kind of have a good eye for that y'all think might be similar to what this ended up being, let me know. It's something that I could check out. Like I said, I'm not typically in anime, but this really caught me. But that's it, guys. So we will see y'all next time.